Maybe you've been thinking about selling your art at markets for a while now, but something keeps holding you back. You're not sure your art is ready, you're not sure if you're ready, or you've tried it once and it didn't go the way you hoped. Whatever brought you here today, I want you to know that everything you're feeling is completely normal. I've been there. And after 4 years of showing up to markets, good days, slow days, and everything in between, I've learned some things I really wish someone had told me at the start. So today, I'm sharing 6 honest lessons that I hope make this whole thing feel a little less intimidating and a lot more possible. Especially lesson 6. That one shifted everything for me about why showing up at markets matters more than you think. Whether you're thinking about your first market or you're a few events in and still figuring things out, I hope something here helps. Let's get into it. Lesson number 1, and this one I'm honestly still learning. Finding the right markets for you and your art takes time. I remember showing up to one of my early markets and having this feeling almost immediately of, this isn't my crowd. And I was right. But it took me a few years to really understand and trust that instinct. And even now, I still proceed cautiously when I'm researching a new event before applying. The truth is, not every market is going to be the right fit for every artist. And that's okay. Your job early on is really just to show up, pay attention, and start learning. Who stops at your booth? Who buys? What kind of events draw the kind of people who connect with your work? For me personally, I tend to do better at art fairs or print-specific markets than I do at something like a general flea market or vintage-themed event. That took time to figure out, and it might look completely different for you depending on what you make. So, if you're just starting out and a market doesn't go the way you hoped, don't let that discourage you. You're not failing, you're just gathering information. I'm curious, what's the thing that's been holding you back from doing a market? Or if you've already started, what pushed you to finally go for it? Let me know in the comments. Lesson number 2 is about pricing. And this one I got wrong for a while. When I first started out, I did what a lot of new artists do. I browsed Etsy, looked at what other artists were charging for things like stickers and prints, and priced myself somewhere in that range. I was afraid that if I charged too much, customers would think my work was too expensive and walk away. What I didn't realize then is that pricing isn't just about matching what everyone else is doing. The way you price your work actually affects how customers perceive its value. Underpricing can work against you in ways you don't expect. Since those first few markets, I've raised my prices as I gain more confidence in my products, and I haven't looked back. Now, I actually do the research and the math to land on prices that feel right for my products and my brand. Here's the framework I use. I calculate the cost of my materials, factor in the value of my time, and then I look at the wholesale price of each product. What that means practically is that at 50% of my sale price, I should still be turning a profit. And here's why that matters beyond just market day. If you ever want to get your work into local shops or storefronts through wholesale, your pricing needs to already support that. Building that in from the start future-proofs your business in a way that gut-based pricing never could. Lesson 3 is about what you actually sell. And this one required a bit of a reality check for me personally. When I started paying closer attention to what was actually bringing in the most sales at my markets, I was honestly a little disappointed. My prints, the products I took the most pride in, were being consistently outsold by almost everything else, especially my stickers. But when I sat down to think about why, the picture got a lot clearer. When a customer picks up one of my prints, There's actually a lot going on in their head before they can say yes. They're trying to picture where they display it, how they display it, and whether my art style even fits the colors and theme of their space. And on top of all that, prints are usually the most expensive thing on my table. Meanwhile, when someone loves my art style but isn't quite ready to commit to a print, it's so much easier for them to say yes to a greeting card that solves the immediate need of finding a gift, or a sticker that they can put on their water bottle or notebook without having to think too hard about it. That realization changed how I think about building my product lineup. Customers gravitate toward products that don't just look pretty, but also serve some kind of practical need or want. And the more variety you offer at different price points, the easier it is for someone to find their yes. It's also part of why I'm excited to explore more stationery products. Things that can serve a real purpose in someone's daily life while still being a little spark of joy they carry around with them. Lesson 4 is about your booth setup. And my biggest piece of advice here is don't overthink it and don't overspend, especially if you're just starting out. For my very first market, I focused on just the bare necessities: a folding table, 2 tablecloths, 2 tabletop racks, and my biggest investment, my tent. I also borrowed an extra table from a family friend, which I'd highly recommend. Ask around. You might be surprised what friends or family already have that you can borrow for your first few events. Speaking of the tent, I want to talk about this one specifically because it felt like a big investment at the time. I ended up spending around $160 on a 10 by 10 tent that came with the frame, canopy cover, removable walls, stakes, ropes, and a rolling carrying case. The event I was attending was offering a one-day tent rental for $130. Once I did that math, owning my own tent was the obvious choice. Beyond the essentials, some of my favorite places to find inexpensive and creative display items are Dollar Tree, Five Below, Ross, and Pop Shelf. And I mean it when I say get creative. One of my favorite display hacks right now is using pot lid racks from Pop Shelf to display my art prints. Your booth isn't going to be perfect at your first market, and it doesn't need to be. It will grow and evolve as you figure out what products you want to sell and how you want to show them off. Give yourself permission to start simple and build from there. Lesson 5 is a quick but important one, especially if the idea of talking to strangers all day feels like your personal nightmare. You don't have to be an outgoing or extroverted person to be comfortable selling your art at markets. I'm an introvert myself, and I genuinely enjoy the experience. Does it take some getting used to? Absolutely, but it gets easier with time and practice. I actually have a lot of thoughts on this and some specific tips for my fellow introverts who want to get started at markets. So if that sounds like a video you'd want to see, let me know in the comments and I'll make it happen. And lesson 6, the last one, is probably the most important mindset shift I can offer you. Not every market day is going to be a big sales day. Some days are just slow. The foot traffic is low, the energy is quiet, and you might pack up at the end of the day feeling a little discouraged. I've been there more times than I can count. But here's what I've learned. A slow sales day is not a failed day. Some of the most valuable things that have come out of my market experience had nothing to do with how much money I made that day. I remember one event that was pretty quiet for me in terms of sales, but at some point, a woman stopped at my booth, started asking questions about my art style and my process for custom orders. She was so excited that she showed me pictures of her niece right there at my table. She lived nearby, went home to get cash, and came back to pay me on the spot for a portrait commission. It was one of my first portrait commissions, and it came directly from just being there, showing up, and talking to someone who connected with my work. That's the thing about markets that I don't think gets talked about enough. You're not just selling products, you're building visibility and relationships in your community. And those relationships have a way of turning into opportunities you never expected. If you want to learn more about how showing up at markets has led to multiple income streams for my small business, check out this video next.